It's fucking lovely, isn't it? I'm gonna adjust the lamp. Yeah. Um. Yeah. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in a peculiar spot. Not interesting. Peculiar. Also, yeah, I'm trying the microphone here today just because I can. And also, if you hear the sub pump going off, it's because it is the sub pump. Like if you hear like a weird sound going in the background, it's raining cats and dogs out. It might flood, so I have to keep an eye on that. So yay me. But yeah, they're kind of falling from heaven because they won like a lot of division titles. They won a fucking Super Bowl with Brady a couple of years, well, not a few years ago, but yeah, they have really shot themselves in the ass by keeping Todd Bowles in like employed. Like I might as well get that out of the way. Todd Bowles is still the head coach, and that apparently pissed someone off. You'll see later, but like he's holding the team back at this point. Like we're not gonna even like try and defend him because he's holding the team back. They're talented, and they're just wasting it. So yeah, it led to an 8-9 season. They didn't win the division for the first time in a hot minute, and they need to figure some shit out. They need a new coach, so this is like a very prove it year for Todd Bowles. Like if he doesn't do good, he's out, which he should have been out a long time ago. But he still is, and here are the moves he made. And for the first time in a while, their offensive coordinator didn't get promoted to a head coaching job. He just sucked. So they brought in Zach Robinson, which just the name I feel like tells me that this guy is not going to be very good. But I mean, it's an all right hire. I mean, you could do better, but you could do worse. So I guess you can't complain with Zach Robinson. A lot better than the last guy, because yeah, not even tell you his name. They brought in Kenneth Gainwell to replace Rashad White. He had a good season last year. Kenneth Gainwell has been like very. He's had an interesting career so far. He started off with the Eagles, was a decent backup, and then he was like a RB like 1 or 2 role for like it's like 1A 1B for the Steelers, and now he is a Buccaneer. So I still believe in Bucky Irving to be the number 1 running back there, but shit, again, he's a good like RB2 and can be a very solid starting running back for the Buccaneers if they need him to, because Bucky did fight some injuries and he's a fucking hell of a lot better than Rashad White. Like, you ain't complaining in the slightest. You just love having dogs, don't you? It's raining out and they just don't. They just go out for a second and then they come back in because it's raining. So yeah. Okay, yeah, this is also interesting signing just a little bit because okay, Al Quadin Muhammad. I butchered that name. My apologies. He had a pretty good year for the Lions. It's just that I wasn't expecting him to stay in Detroit because that's a little bit, and he's also like getting up there in age. Like he is decently old, but this isn't gonna fix their edge problem. They still need someone on that D line that can get to the quarterback, but he can be a serviceable starter. Like he got a little carried by that D line by Detroit, but hey, he still did good, and he'll bring some pass rush to the Buccaneers, but not a whole lot. You can't have this be your only move. You need to draft someone or something, bro. This cannot be it. Okay, this one's really interesting. I like this move. It is a good move, but it's not the best move. Like, it is still good. It is a good move. They needed a linebacker to replace Levante David, who retired. Great career, but he's not gonna fix every linebacker problem. Also, so I think he still is good. I was a little shocked he actually left Detroit. So there's that. And bring the mic a little bit, probably. Yeah, he is good, good and talk, but he is limited in his play, but still is a good sign. A Sean Robinson, stolen from the Panthers. You need someone alongside Vita Vea on that D line as well. So yeah, that's all I got for you. I mean, that D line. I mean, if you're on 4-3, then you have Cole McMillan, Sean Robinson, and Vita Vea. But I'm assuming it is a 3-4, which would just consist of those 3 players I just said. But yeah, that is still a good signing. He's decent, old but decent. And yeah, they also stole Christian Roseboom from the Panthers. Wow. Yeah, that's not horrible. More linebackers are, hey, you would rather have a lot of linebackers than no linebackers. And considering you got it decently cheap, you'll take it, and you got your backup to Baker Mayfield. We are cooking here a little bit with the signings and Sean Tucker. Can't play with Sean Tucker, I guess. But yeah, overall for free agent moves, they didn't do too bad. They just tackled depth, so hopefully they can actually like like Todd Bowles is setting up for the next head coach. Very considerate of him. Now he just needs to have a good draft and he can stay employed. So Buccaneers fans, you gotta hope he has a bad draft, or else he's stuck there. This is all. I also thought K. Dotton was leaving because I mean he's just a okay tight end, so maybe 10 million a year is but like at least I mean you still I feel like with or without K. Dotton, you still need tight end because he's just like he is okay. That he's not gonna be bad, but he's not gonna be good. So he's just gonna be a quality tight end, but he's not gonna make like just because you brought him back does not mean you do not have to get tight end. Like maybe Kenyon City at 15. Like yeah, it's a possibility. And that was literally the only basically like those two resignings were basically it. And then yeah, the losses were pretty huge, and obviously this is the biggest one by far because I was fucking surprised. I think everybody was. I mean, I think the thumbnail was really surprised Pikachu because we didn't think Mike Evans might actually leave. Like he actually fucking left Tampa Bay. What the fuck? He hated Todd Bowles that much to the point where he had to go somewhere else. Like holy moly, that is yeah. You are a bad head coach if you had someone as long as he has had the longest tenure of a team I've ever seen, and then he left because he was that pissed off at Todd Bowles. And if I had the choice between Mike Evans and Todd Bowles, he's getting old, but I'd rather have him. Like that is a lot of money, but like he's worth it. If he's healthy, he's worth it. But like, all right, you do that does leave a little bit of a hole, but at the same time, I feel like you can roll what receivers you have with now. Still got Chris Godwin if he's healthy as your wide receiver one. Emeka Big Boo. Thank you, Gronkowski, for giving me that funny name. But yeah, you have Emeka Abuka as your wide receiver 2 or 1, who had a pretty decent rookie year. Little inconsistent, but he's still good overall. And Jaquan McMillan is still there. Pretty high draft pick when he got drafted, but he's good when he plays. Well, he doesn't get a lot of playing time, but he's decent when he does. But yeah, overall, receiver room is looking okay if healthy, but this is definitely a loss. This one, yeah, honestly, okay, I might take back the biggest loss by far by Mike Evans because Jamel Dean had a fucking phenomenal season last year. Like he was like when healthy, he was like one of the best corners in the league. Like I did not expect him. I did not expect that from Jamel Dean. But hey, he did really good for the Buccaneers, and now he's a Steeler, which we'll get. I'll explain that more for the Steelers when we get there. But I really was kind of surprised he left, probably because of Todd Bowles. But yeah, that's a pretty big loss for the Buccaneers, considering they could use more secondary help. Like that, this is a pretty big loss as well. Like I don't know why you're not bringing back your big dogs, like the big fish in free agency, but he's a Steeler now. Nothing you can do about it unless you fucking trade for him. I guess I don't know. Yeah, Logan Hall. I was kind of surprised he was interior defensive lineman, but whatever. Yeah, it's not really that big of a loss. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. Like a serviceable starter and an okay backup. Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is a Lion. When he played for the Buccaneers, he was awful. So I guess this isn't a big loss. A big loss. And Rashad White is a Commander, which, like, he is a serviceable running back, but you would rather have Kenneth Gainwell, even though I think Rashad White is younger than Kenneth Gainwell, but still. I would rather have Kenneth Gainwell than Rashad White. He can catch the ball, but he's not a very good running back. That's all there is, really. Okay. This is take 2 of this specific part because I went to get water and I stopped by accident. So, what is next for the Buccaneers is a really good question because for the division, you had the Panthers go 8-9 last year and win the division. The Falcons are cursed, and the Saints might actually be pretty decent. So overall, I think if this is a definite prove it year for Todd Bowles. If he does not bring stable play, then he's gone. Like he has not been helping the team in the slightest. Excuse me. But yeah, overall, I think their expectations are will really be telling in the draft because they definitely need something on that D line. And yeah, that's just really it, honestly. Well, there's obviously more needs, but that defense needs help big time. And they're probably gonna draft a tight end. That'd be fucking crazy if they draft Sadiq at 15, because they have a lot more needs than that. But overall, your expectations are like pretty high considering we know how good you can be. So for Todd Bowles, if he wants to keep his job, I'd say like a 9-8 or 10-7 season and a playoff berth. And if he doesn't really meet that expectation, then I just think it's time for it to kick the can. It is his time. So yeah, overall, he gotta step it up, or else I don't fucking know who's gonna be their head coach next year. Oh, bro, my hair looks so bad. My hair looks awful, dude. What the fuck?